Pete Moore, Mart TV. Reloading. I've picked something I think will appeal to many people reasonably new to reloading, and that's the Lee Value Turret Press Kit. As we shall see, it comes with a lot of accessories. You could call it an O-frame as such, because it has a top, planton, base. Every time you operate the handle, the turret rotates a quarter of a turn, which offers you a different die station each time. You can use it like this in auto index mode or not. It's a compound leverage system. Let's see, and it has a very nice large L-shaped handle with a roller foam grip. It's really good, and you can see you can just flip that around from left to right. There's the RAM, as you'd see in a single station machine, and at the top is a place for the shell holder, which is quite normal. The turret simply unlocks like so. As you can see, it takes the 4 different dies. This is a pistol set for 9mm, but you can put rifle dies in here. Lee provides spare turrets. They're about 13 quid a piece, which is really damn good money. So basically, if you're set up for a number of calibers, a small investment is going to see you with all these presets. So if you want to change around, then it's not a problem. What's included is Lee's safety powder scale, which is a balance beam type system. And for powder handling, there's an auto disc powder measure. You put this in the top of the die, of the powder through die, and as the case comes up, it actually pushes up and operates this little bell crank there, which shuttles the auto disc across and drops a measured charge of powder. Also included in the set are 2 priming arms, small rifle, large rifle, stroke, small pistol, large pistol. As we'll see later on, they just fit into the side of the RAM. And there's, which is quite useful for trimming your cases, there's Lee's cut and lock stud kit with a chamfer tool and a primer pocket cleaner and an adapter, which is quite useful. All you have to do, as Lee say, is chuck in a set of dies, and as most of Lee's dies come with a shell holder, it's a hell of a bargain. Clamp down to my test board with Lee's bench plate system. You just bolt it to the bench, you get easy on, easy off. The first thing we do, fired case. As you can see, I've got the priming arm in. So it pushes up, and you hear the old primer go out, and then you get a fresh primer. Put it in the top of the cup like so it's flush, and it comes out the die, and you watch what happens. As it comes to the bottom of its stroke, the turret turns, but the primer then goes up and seats. So now we have a prime case ready to go. So right, here we are, station 2, which will be powder. So the case goes up, and here, this is where the neck is expanded. Powder will go in there. You come back down again. It rotates to station 3, which is bullet seating. I'll try and get as vertical as possible. Ease it up. Comes to a stop. And the bullet is seated. See there? It's now rotated to the final stage, which, because it's a 9mm pistol, is to just give the neck a little taper crimp. That goes up, like so. Comes back down again. That rotates to station 1. You pull the round off, and you have 1 complete round of 9mm ammunition. If you want to use it like a single station press, you can, but it's best to then disable this auto index system, because what you do, you take that out, and that means the turret would stay where it was, it would lock and work, but it wouldn't rotate, as we'll see. So you can just go size, 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 and when you've done 50 or 100, manually rotate it, second charge it up that way. So it depends how you want to use it. Changing turret from auto index to manual is very simple. You hand rotate the turret, and it comes out completely. This is the actual drive shaft with a helix in it. That simply comes out. You then put the turret back, drops in like so, and it will manually index. You can hear it clunking. There's a little sprung detent and plunger in there. So now in this situation, for example, as I said, if you want to size load of brass, it's up, down, up, down, up, down, or prime load of brass, it's there and nothing moves. So it depends how you want to do it. And then just to put it back, it's reverse. So you whip the turret out. It's the index. It goes in with a spiral bit downwards, and there's a square like drive head to it. That just drops into there like so. Then you're back in business, as you can see as before. Lee say that, I think cartridges over 2.3 inches long can't be used on this because the actual seal well length's quite short, but you can still manually use it for things like 308, 243, that sort of thing. But this is great if you're a sort of pistol shooter. You can do 357, 38, 9mm, 45, 44, that sort of thing. You can also load 223 in this. If you want to use the Lee disc powder measure, you have to fit it up here. You have to have an extension tube so that it clears the dies, and it operates by the rising case pushing up the rod inside. So if you watch, what happens is the case has come to the station for neck expansion and powder charging. Case goes up into the die, and if you watch this section here, which is the disc, it moves across, and when it reaches the end, there's an aperture in here. The powder drops down straight into the case. It's as simple as that. This unscrews. There's the rod that is actuated by the case. And you can fit a very simple powder through adapter. It's an aluminium adapter, screws into the top of the powder through die like so. You drop in a Lee powder funnel and drop it in that way. It's exactly the same principle. It's just what you want to do. Overall, a very cost-effective piece of kit. It works well. I like the fact you have auto index, and you can just take that out and have manual index depending on how you want to produce your ammunition. This little auto disc powder measure is quite good. It needs setting up carefully. You need to check out these rotors, the actual capacity they hold. And it's one of the things you'll have to throw some charges, weigh them, get an average. But its shutting system is quite clever. It's more, though it's not a pistol press, it's probably more aimed at pistol shooters. People with shooting stuff 223, 222, US M1 carbine, and of course, all your 9mm, 357, 45 Colt, 44 mag, that sort of thing. But you can load longer cartridges on it if you disable this. If I was buying a turret press, which I find quite attractive, then I'd go for the classic machine, which is exactly the same operating system, same 4-hole turret, but it's taller, so no problem with seal well on bigger cartridges. The inclusion of the safety powder scale in this is very nice, as is this little case trimming kit. The fact you get 2 priming arms, which is quite standard on most presses, but it's all there. And it just works well, it really does. Price wise, it's I think £173 and some change, which is not bad considering what you get. However, if you don't want all the bits and pieces like powder handling, I wouldn't choose that because I've got all that already. I'd go for the basic machine, which I think is about £103, but we'll look at the spec at the end and find out for certain. So that's the choice you've got. Somebody who wants to move up from a single station machine, just if I was a shot, long barreled revolvers, stuff like that, lever action rifles in pistol calibers, then this will be very attractive to me. I'd just set it up for whatever pistol cartridge I shot and leave it at that. Typical Lee, nicely made, everything you possibly want. Dies are cheap. Dies mainly come with shell holders. And really, as long as you keep the thing set up properly and you check that all your adjustments are right each time, you won't have any problems with it at all, and it will give you a facility to produce around about 200 rounds an hour. So that's Pete Moore signing off. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you might get into reloading or just have a go. If you like it, comment, tell your mates, support the website, And if you want to know any more about anything, if I can get you anything in, then it's pmore.shootingsports@gmail.com. So until then, good shooting, and above all, safe and sensible reloading.